Wrestling Nerds Alliance podcast, featuring Robb English, Clifford L. Johnson, and
oh man, you know, I spent all of the last week after last week's episode just hearing from everybody that they like me so much better on cold medicine than normal, which makes me wonder what the fuck is wrong with me.
What is wrong with you?
Why am I such a boring, unlikable person that when I get a little stoned or whatever, everybody seems to like me all of a sudden?
It's because you're white bread.
I'm white bread?
Yeah. And
what are you?
I'm wheat bread.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like marble rye.
Well, actually, I'm more of a cinnamon raisin.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Saucy.
Nice.
Look at you. Yeah. We're talking about what kinds of bread we are.
Isn't it the best?
I'm a baguette. Oh, Rob.
Oh, you.
That's such a baguette thing to say.
I'm a croissant.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Very, very international of you. I'm going to call you Pitbull.
Hey.
Mr. Worldwide.
That's
What's
right,
going
damn it.
on? Yeah.
All over the world.
I'm Robb English.
I'm Clifford L. Johnson.
And we are WNA. Cliff?
Yes.
We got a lot of feedback on last week's episode.
We did. We really did.
We tried to warn everybody before it came out that it was different.
Different. Different's the word.
We've heard it described as a fever dream. We've heard it described as our good buddy Brent over at the Home Video Hustle said it was quite possibly the best thing ever put on audio. Thank you.
We're not worthy.
And I hesitate to say all this stuff because if there is anybody that's listening to this episode that maybe skipped last week, obviously we want you to go back and listen to it.
For sure.
But I don't want to hype it up too much and have everybody thinking that they're going to listen to, this epic, comedic performance. And they're like, it was just people acting stupid. But
we were just
sad to say,
I fed off the energy, man. I was ready to rock.
Yeah.
I was ready for anything.
But unfortunately, if you're listening this week expecting me to be back on the cold medicine, back on the sauce, if you will, unfortunately, I feel much better.
I told him to take a shot before he got on tonight.
Yeah.
But he's like, man, I'm healthy. I'm good.
Tonight.
I don't want to get an addiction. Like, yeah, I guess you're right.
No cold medicine tonight. Insert awe sound effect now.
Pew.
Yeah.
This is really how people start getting addicted to stuff.
It is.
I'm
like, what? Everybody liked me better?
It's like if when you wrote a song and you were like, dude, I was high off acid when I wrote this classic album. I should do acid all the time when I want to write albums.
Yeah.
And then that goes to, freebasing in your mom's garage.
Wow, it jumps right to that, huh?
Hey. Gateway. That's how it happens.
It was drug. Cold medicine leads right into crack.
Right into crack. Come on, baby.
I'll suck your dick if you listen to this episode. I don't know what happened.
Got these podcasts, baby.
He was complaining about his allergies. He was taking Claritin. Next thing you know, he's hooked on smack. It was nuts.
Oh, Lord. We're going to have fun today, Rob. I don't care what happens.
We are having fun. Yay. See? I'm fun.
Yay.
Yay.
Look at you.
So if you're new to the show, we're WNA. technically the W stands for wrestling, but we just kind of do what we want now. We do talk a lot of wrestling, but occasionally we go off topic, and we used to have somebody that tried to rein us back in with his catchphrase.
So, wrestling guys?
Yeah. But now that guy's gone, and we just do whatever the fuck we want.
Damn right.
And last week was quite an indicator of that.
Damn right. I think I'm going to do smack next time.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've only got a child to worry about at home.
Yeah, why not?
I'll put him in a crib with some food. He'll be fine.
He'll be good. Just leave me alone. Don't talk to me.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Maybe shrooms. Maybe I'll do some shrooms.
I was going to say, maybe that's better.
Yeah. We'll do some shrooms and do our most eclectic podcast ever.
Yeah.
We'll be having all sorts of coming of ages stories on the show. And
I thought you meant like people having babies to our podcast.
That would work too.
Hey, you know what?
You want to have a sexy show?
Yeah.
Just me reading stories the whole time?
Yeah.
I'm down
sitting
with that.
in the background going, ooh
yes. Damn, boy.
I'm rubbing myself. That wouldn't be sexy at all.
No, it wouldn't.
I got it in my hand. I'm oiling it up. Ooh.
Lather in it. Man.
So yeah, if anybody out there has had sex to our show, let me know.
Let us know. Record it.
I'm curious.
Film it. Send it our way.
Yeah, fucking slide up into DMs with that video.
Right. Go right ahead.
That's creepy.
Hey, it's actually funny because I actually know some people who have had sex to my music, and that was kind of weird, but it was but it was awesome knowing that it happened.
Which song was it?
Let's Do It.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So somebody actually told me, they're like, "Oh yeah, that was in my playlist." I was like, "What?"
Yeah, so I was fucking my wife in her ass, right? And all of a sudden your voice came on. It was crazy.
And I blew the hardest load. Okay.
For a moment, I thought it was going to be Go Ham.
Right.
You heard him, honey.
Beat it up. Beat the buzz up.
I got it now.
Oh, Lord.
You ready to get to these quick hitters?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, why don't we drop that quick hitter music right about now?
So, happy news for me. NXT will be part of the WWE Week on USA Network next week. And while we would love nothing more than an extra live episode, it's looking like they'll air the same on the network tonight. Meh. But I'm eager to see what kind of rating it pulls and what the response is to the brand, which is quickly becoming my favorite and your favorite product that WWE puts out every week. So my question to you, Mr. English, is, will people enjoy the product that doesn't have Vince's fingerprints all over it? And if they do, what is next?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think anybody that wants to see professional wrestling presented in a not so soap opera way, presented more sport-like, but still just enough of that sports entertainment touch to it to not go full, Ring of Honor on it. I think anybody who gives NXT a look will probably walk away feeling like, okay, I could get behind a show like that. It doesn't really insult my intelligence too much. However, if it pulls in a good rating, what do I think's going to happen? I don't know. It's dangerous. I could see, WWE's negotiating that TV deal coming up soon. I could see them trying to work it in to where NXT gets put on a network. I really could.
That would be dope.
That could be good,
or
but it could also be bad.
It could be terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be really bad because once it hits TV, look at ECW.
Yep.
You know,
Look at
they brought it
205
back.
Live.
Everybody was thinking that ECW was going to be what NXT is now.
Right.
And soon as it got a decent rating, Vince had his fingerprints all over it, and it went from, hey, we got a hardcore match every week. Not that that's the flag bearer, if you want to call it that, for good wrestling. But I'm just saying, something that was outside of the box. It went from being that to, Balls Mahoney playing strip poker with divas, shit like that.
Yeah, I could definitely see it, because you would have to also think that even though NXT is still technically PG, it's not. Like, it's,
yeah.
I think it may be PG in a sense of, there isn't blood and there isn't nudity, like Attitude Era, but it's definitely not PG as in it's for children. Even though, kids can still watch it, but I think it's a little more intricate than, the 3-hour shows. And they do have their silly stuff every now and again, but it's still, I think it's because it's only an hour, it doesn't allow for filler.
Right.
So it's like it has to be hitting the whole hour.
Yep.
So
we'll see what happens.
I hope it pops.
Speaking of NXT, a vignette aired this past Wednesday on the latest episode. A mysterious figure in a silhouette stepped out of the shadows, followed by the words "soon" written across the screen. However, the two O's were replaced by spades. Ooh, ominous. Yeah, a lot of rumors as to who this mystery figure is. Some thinking it could be Rockstar Spud. Some think it could be a different NXT character. But word is this could be the debuting Shayna Baszler. So that's kind of cool.
No, that wasn't Shayna Baszler.
That's who people are thinking it could be.
No, that silhouette was clearly a man.
All she has to do is get a short haircut and put on a baggy leather jacket, and that could have been her. Besides, she's known as the Queen of Spades.
But that was a man, baby.
No, sir. I think they want you to think that was a man.
That was definitely a man.
Nah, I'm calling it now. That was Shayna. Shayna Baszler.
I refuse to believe it.
You don't have to believe it.
However, in retrospect, she kinda has a man structure.
She is someone who should not be messed with. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
MMA training, she probably would fucking kick me dead nuts in the face if I even made a slightly offensive comment, or more so a comment that she took to be offensive in her general direction. She would fuck my ass up.
Probably.
Yeah.
Both figuratively and literally.
Ooh.
Yeah. Think about it.
Thinking.
Right up it.
Oh, gross.
It's probably taped to her leg right now.
How do you know kidding. I wouldn't welcome it?
Ew.
Huh?
You know what? See, you ruined it.
Maybe I don't have problems experimenting, Cliff. How about that?
Ew. took it too far.
I took it too far. Sure.
Speaking of taking it too far, WWE recently announced that they will be running 205 Live shows in the Northeast with a handful of different shows. So you, too, will get to not give two fucks about 205 Live in a small venue near you. I'm serious. Really, it's going to be great. But no, honestly, I could probably see right now, I would say the Cody Rhodes Young Bucks show will pull in more people on their one show than all of the 205 Live shows.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a bold prediction, sir.
I believe it. Hashtag Cliff called it. Give me the gate, son. I want to know the gate. What was the gate?
I mean, I'm not saying that I disagree, I'll just put it that way. One thing that I will say I disagree with is apparently Nia Jax is being written into a romantic storyline with Enzo Amore.
That's right. You know why?
Enzo.
Because big girls need love, too.
Well, this is supposedly being done to keep her away from Asuka and the Absolution faction. I hope this is something that doesn't damage Nia's character in the eyes of the fans, not because a romance angle with Nia would not be believable with her character. I mean, Nia is a gorgeous woman.
Gorgeous.
All right?
Thick.
And people that hate on Nia because she's a big girl, fuck you. All right? I'm saying it right now. Fuck you. You need to get over that shit. Nia is sexy. Okay?
That ain't nothing but goodness right there. That's warmth. Yes.
But
yes, queen.
The reason why I don't think it would be a good idea is because anyone who thinks that Enzo is worth their fucking time is fucking dumb.
Hey. Don't you talk about Enzo Amore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't you do it.
The man with the sauce.
With all the sauce, cuz.
You want to bathe in that sauce?
No, I do not. Apparently Nia.
Lather up in that sauce?
Apparently Nia Jax does, though.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get that leak.
You want that Alfredo.
Maybe we'll get that leak, the Nia Enzo tape.
Wow.
Just imagine how awkward that's going to look.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully he's not SAWFT. Soft. Yeah, I went there. That's
you
right.
You did.
It was low-hanging fruit. I went for it.
There you go. Set him up, you knock him down, huh?
There you go.
Speaking of next week, we were talking about it earlier with WWE doing their WWE week. Next Thursday is going to be their Tribute to the Troop show. And their amazing musical guest, Machine Gun Kelly. Yeah.
Gross.
It's gonna be great. They're overseas. They're shooting people with machine guns. So why not have a musical performance by Machine Gun Kelly? Right? Huh? Get it? Huh? Huh?
Yeah.
No?
No.
Okay.
It's unfortunate, really. I mean, it's sad. You're out there, you're in the field, you're risking your life. It's traumatizing. Then to entertain you, they go, Machine Gun Kelly, everybody.
It's like, where's Kevin Owens to powerbomb him off a stage when you need him?
Oh, my God. But then again, WWE, they routinely pull Flo Rida out to entertain seemingly every WrestleMania.
True. He must have like a lifetime contract with them. Because I swear every year he comes out with a stupid song for WrestleMania.
I'm pretty sure that Vince only puts him on the show because he looks like he could be a wrestler.
He is a big motherfucker.
Right.
And he's like diet black.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Like, you're not going to see like a 21 Savage at WrestleMania.
No.
You know, it's not going to happen.
You get Low Rider.
Low Rider.
Just black enough.
Yeah. Nelly 2.0.
The semi-threatening rapper.
Right.
White folks scare easy. It's
Like,
just enough
he's
to make
big
you
and
feel
black,
dangerous.
but he's dancing and jumping around.
Just enough
he's
to feel a
fine.
little danger. You know, good.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like you did something. In other nerd news, it is looking like a deal is very close to being finalized between Disney and 21st Century Fox. Cliff just came in his pants.
I sure did.
While this may mean a few different franchises falling under the Mouse's umbrella, most seem to be excited over the fact that Marvel may finally regain film rights to several of their biggest characters, namely the Fantastic Four and the X-Men.
Dude, if
So-
this actually happens, this will be the first time that we do a live show, and I will be jacking off on air.
They're like, WNA's finally going to Periscope. We've been asking them to do it for a long time. I'm sitting there on the screen talking. And, you know, if you're doing it on like Google Hangout or something like that, the camera, you know, switches when it hears a noise.
You just go here.
Getting that fat. I'm like, stop it.
Like, did you hear the news today? Avengers versus X.
Oh, gross. Oh, so gross.
All right, you're going to have to finish your show by yourself.
I need a nap. And a sandwich.
Oh, man. I can just
think about-
imagine.
There's a lot of people thinking that, you know, like conspiracy theories out there, like this has been planned for a while, and that's why Marvel hasn't really talked about what's going to be a part of Phase 4 yet.
Ooh.
And that when they, you know, unveil Phase 4, you're going to see like X-Men stuff and, you know, maybe a good version of Fantastic Four.
Holy shit.
I'm calling it right now. If it happens, your big bad of Phase 4, you know, like they've had Thanos and Ultron and stuff like that. Your big bad, Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom. I would love to see a Doctor Doom or a
Galactus?
real Galactus.
A real Galactus.
Yes.
Imagine Infinity War 2. You know, all of a sudden fucking Wolverine shows up.
That would be dope. I have a feeling, I swear, if this happens, there's going to be a scene where they take, I just feel like this is going to happen. Like Thanos is going to have the Infinity Gauntlet and he's going to be distorting reality as he pleases. So they're going to use that somehow to bridge all of the X-Men stuff into the Marvel Universe. So just imagine he punches Captain America and he turns into fucking the Human Torch. How fucking crazy would that be?
Would you, if you, would you keep any of the same actors in the roles, or would you recast?
As far as the X-Men goes?
As far as any of those
X-Men or
properties,
Fantastic
yeah.
Four, I don't think
Well,
the character.
Johnny Storm. Oh, wait a minute.
That's
now
what
I
I'm
get
saying. You see it? Yeah.
Chris
that
Evans
shit would
was
be
Human Torch.
Yes. Now you get it. 3 hours later.
Yeah. Wow.
Wouldn't that be the fucking craziness if he like fucking turned him into, like he punched him and turned him into Johnny Storm and he punched him and he turned back into Captain America? Like that shit would be fucking insane.
I mean, I love Jessica Alba, but she was a shitty Sue Storm.
She was. I think the Fantastic Four would have to be recast anyway because the Human Torch, both Human Torches are now in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
So
You're right.
They wouldn't be able to play Johnny Storm. Thing is a CGI character, so anybody can play him.
Yeah. Yeah, but who would you have playing Thing?
I mean, I thought Michael Chiklis did a good job as
wasn't
Thing.
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just that he just looked like he was in a big rubber suit.
Right.
You know, and then the new Thing, the CGI Thing that they did in the rebooted franchise or whatever that they were gonna do, he didn't look terrible.
I thought he looked like one of those rock people from Neverending Story.
He did, but it wasn't terrible. He didn't look awful. Like it's there's really only so many things you can do with a big orange guy who's supposed to be made of rock. You know what I mean? Like,
But
what else can you do?
Who would you make Reed Richards?
Reed Richards? I'm trying to think of the people that aren't in the damn MCU already.
Right.
Like, who's man. I don't know. I'd have to really think about it. It had to be somebody kind of old and,
Right.
you know, wiry. And I know actually, no. Ugh, I'd have to think about it.
Yeah.
I'd have to think about it. Because he can't be too old.
No.
And I'm trying to think of everybody
Tom
else I'm
Cruise?
thinking of. No, hell no. Fuck no. I don't want to see Tom Cruise anywhere near Marvel.
They brought in Stallone.
Yeah, but Stallone was fine. The character he played in Guardians of the Galaxy was totally fine. They gave him, you know, it wasn't like he was playing Ghost Rider.
I'm a spirit avenger. If you kind of like you're regular or something, I'm a spirit avenger. What do you want me to say? I'm the law.
Oh shit! I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. Like, I don't even think my brain is ready to accept that this is a reality. Because, like, even when Spider-Man was first introduced, like, everybody lost their shit.
Right. When that trailer dropped.
Oh my god! When he
Under Bruce.
Yeah, when he showed up in that Civil War trailer, it was just like everything was right in the world. And I can only imagine what the fuck will happen if you see damn Wolverine suiting up with the Avengers. Like,
How about this? Just, they always got those burners at the end of the credits, right?
yep.
End of Infinity War. Fucking Deadpool pops up.
That would be fucking great.
He's like, geez, I wonder what happens next.
That would be... Disney is literally just going to take over the world.
Kind of already have.
But now they're going to have... Like, That's crazy.
It's assembly line happiness.
Oh my God. They're going to just be able to make whatever they want for the rest of time.
For the next, like you said, 20, 30 years? Easy.
Forever.
They're just printing money. Star Wars.
Forever. Star Wars, Marvel, and then all the Disney properties that they already have. So they're already taking all of their old cartoons and turning them into live action movies.
Why doesn't Disney, just with all the money that they're making, get rid of the national debt?
They could. They really could.
You want everybody to be happy? You want them to feel like you're the most magical place on earth? Do that.
If you want to get political, I read an article today that said the Trump administration might block Disney from purchasing Fox or any of their assets, because they would be basically almost a monopoly. It's kind of the same thing that they did when they stopped Time Warner from buying Warner Brothers, because they just didn't want one company to have that much control. Or not Time Warner, AT&T was going to buy Warner Brothers, and they stopped it.
This is dumb.
Yeah. But the whole thing, like, for political shit aside, I just watched the Avengers Infinity War trailer for the 8,000th time.
Do you have lotion in hand?
I did. And it was amazing once again. And it just...
I come harder each time.
It never goes down. I don't know. I don't understand how for another company to have complete control over all of their assets, like Warner Brothers has with the DC comic universe, or they have access to literally every DC character that has ever existed. They don't have the same restrictions that Marvel did, putting out B characters and hoping that people love them.
Right.
Like, they've had an established roster of beloved comic book characters for 75 years. And every last one of them is Superman, Batman, Batman, Superman, Superman, Batman, 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 Superman, Superman, Batman, Superman.
That's all they stick with, yeah.
The whole fucking way. And now they're trying to build the Justice League and the rest of the DC universe off of Batman and Superman, which is commendable. But why, when Marvel already gave you the formula, why would you not use it? And then go back and try to use it after you realized, oh shit, we should have just used Marvel's formula. Like, that is so stupid. Like, if you watch Justice League wasn't a bad movie, but it was definitely not great.
Because it was rushed.
It was supposed to be, this was supposed to be their $2 billion franchise.
Yeah.
And their opening weekend was like the 21st or 22nd best opening of a comic book movie.
Well, I think that has a lot to do with the fact that the DC movies have just left people with a bad taste in their mouth.
Definitely. Batman vs. Superman.
Every time. The
Suicide Squad.
Was Wonder Woman.
Yeah. And that's crazy to think that, like, think about Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Captain America, Thor, how they introduced all these characters and then they hit you with Avengers. Hey, now that you love all these characters,
right?
Now let's see them all in one movie. What are you guys going to do about that?
With 2 Iron Man before they hit you with Avengers.
And now it's just like you're going to shove Wonder Woman into Batman versus Superman. Like, okay, that's cool. You cameo her. Cool. Give her her own movie. Cool. And now you're like, oh, nope, Justice League now. Cyborg, let's give him a little backstory. Flash, let's give him a little backstory. Wonder Woman, you already know her. Here's Batman. His old-ass Batman, by the way.
Right.
Like, how can you have a Justice League with an old-ass Batman. So you mean to tell me that Batman fought crime for 20 years, retired, came back, and then formed the Justice League? Like, that's the dumbest shit ever. Anywho, I just don't get it. I don't get DC, but I'm excited for this Marvel, Disney, Fox, whatever it's gonna be. I'm just ready for it to happen. It could have happened while we're fucking talking.
It might have.
I've literally been refreshing my computer. every hour I just type in Disney Fox last hour. What's happened? Did they announce it yet? Did they announce it?
So my question then would be, do you abandon the work that's already being done right now with X-Men Dark Phoenix if it happens?
Holy shit. Yeah.
You'd have to, right?
You got to.
You know?
And they're like midway through production.
Right.
Well, they'd probably have to, financially, they'd probably just have to finish it at this point.
And maybe just release it as like the last one.
Yep. But, oh man, it would be, maybe Kevin Feige gets his hands on it and they just reshoot the shit out of it. Like, hey guys, you're all fired.
The Phoenix story would be one that they would probably want to do under their umbrella, though.
I know, but then they'd have to wait for a while. Well, not really.
Marvel's going to go anywhere anytime soon with these movies?
True. They'd have to find just a really cool way to introduce the X-Men, because they've already talked about, they already have the Inhumans. The Inhumans are fixtures in the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now.
Yeah.
So they'd have to somehow be able to go from talking about Inhumans and metahumans to mutants. So I don't know. I think that they could literally just reset time.
I'm waiting for the first time that word gets dropped in a Marvel movie. If this happens,
mutant.
Then you know it's happening.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think that they could easily hit the reset button with the whole Infinity Gauntlet thing. Like, they could literally just be like, "Hey, yep, Thanos got the Infinity Gauntlet and he changed the world. Nothing you can do about it. Yeah. Some stuff changed, others didn't." And they've done that in the comic books before. As a matter of fact, they just recently did it, incorporating the Ultimate Universe into the regular Marvel Universe. So like Ultimate Spider-Man, who is, Miles Morales, is now in the standard continuity of the Marvel Universe. So it can be done. I'm just anxious to see which direction they go with it. Ooh, if it happens, I'm telling you.
Oh, God.
Jizz on the floor. Jizz on the wall.
On the floor.
Jizz in my hair. Jizz under there.
Anytime somebody knocks on Cliff's door, he answers the door shaking.
Hey, how you doing, man?
covered in his arms. Hey, what's up?
Hey, can you give me some orange juice?
Kind of parched. Just been,
And a sandwich. And a sandwich.
Just been jerking off relentlessly for the last week and a half.
Yeah, can you give me a glove? Oh, this one's kind of chafed.
Do you know your actual testicles can shrink? It's crazy. Like, you just run out. Look at this shit. Where you going? Did I get my mail, at least?
Call my mother. Tell her I love her.
Screams out to the neighborhood. I'm going back in, everybody.
No, baby, don't go in there and disturb your
Don't come around
father.
here no more. God damn it.
He's different
Nancy.
now.
I'm cleaning up in here.
Oh, shit. So, wrestling, guys?
I was going to say, we just spent about 20 minutes.
Because, look, this is called WNA. The N stands for nerd, damn it.
That's right.
Right now, there's nothing hotter to me than what's happening with this Disney Fox merger or whatever.
And it's our show, goddammit.
Acquisition.
It's our show.
Yeah. You want to listen to wrestling?
Hang on a second.
Right. I was going to say something really, really terrible.
Let us finish that.
Thanks for cutting me off because it was about to be.
You were about to alienate. Like, if we didn't already piss everybody off in the last 20 minutes, you're about to say something to make them go, fuck this show.
Right.
Unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe. Fuckers. All right.
Well, something comic book like, if you will, hero from another dimension has arrived in WWE finally. You realize this is something that we have talked about on our show since episode fucking 2. WOKEN Matt Hardy is in the WWE.
Who is?
Yeah. He has arrived.
The universe.
He is after Bray Wyatt.
But I don't think he knows.
I am glad it's finally happening.
For millennia,
I think it is well overdue for Matt to get a chance to show what he can do on a big stage. And I'm hearing he is being given a bit of creative license because apparently Vince McMahon sees money in this character.
I am well versed in all facets of the multiverse.
So from what I'm hearing, Matt's getting a little bit of creative license. He's going to be given some rope, so to speak, to kind of hang himself with. But see what he can do with it. I think he's going to knock it out of the park. If you saw any of that ridiculous back and forth he had with Bray on Monday,
especially for those of you,
it's going to work. It's going to work.
Due to my condition,
I was laughing as I was watching that because it was like, that to me, there's room for that.
Thanks to the consumer of terrestrial entities,
something so ridiculous and over the top, but played for the fact that they know it's ridiculous and over the top.
Yeah, not trying to make it serious like they did with that stupid fucking House of Horrors shit.
But what if Matt faces Bray in another House of Horrors match?
Then I will be okay with it.
Right. Because you know, like, Vanguard one's going to show up and shoot out a window or something.
Yeah, because that's the whole point of, like, Matt has made it to where you just, he's doing it because he's crazy.
With no choice.
You know? Bray is doing it because he thinks he's a god. Like, it's... And he doesn't think he's crazy.
And Matt Hardy has been possessed by the soul of some being that's been around since the ancient times.
It's just the slapstick. Like, you can tell, you know that Matt Hardy is doing it for laughs.
Like my wife, okay, who she has put up with my wrestling obsession since the day she met me. She's tried to watch a few times. She just doesn't get it, right? She walked in the room literally just before that Matt Hardy segment started. And I said, hey, watch this, because I knew what was going to happen. When Bray showed up, I'm like, all right, Matt's going to show up at some point. When he popped on the screen and started doing his broken gimmick, my wife started chuckling. Because it was so odd and over the top. And she was like, is he being serious? I'm like, well, kind of. I was like, but it's played for laughs, is the whole point.
Right.
He's crazy.
Right.
He has lost his mind. And he believes that he is this, interdimensional being now. But I started explaining it to her. I was like, so, he has this drone that is kind of like his pet, named Vanguard 1. And, he does Matt's bidding, and his father-in-law is his gardener, Senior Benjamin. But yet he's also like the man who prepares the battlefield and things like that, and he shoots fireworks at people, and he... I started explaining it to her, and she was like, it's really weird. I'm like, that's the point.
That's the point. It's weird for weird's sake, and I love it.
I can't wait until he tries to eat somebody.
Do you think they'll let him do that?
I do. Like, he'll threaten to eat someone and bite somebody, and, I guarantee they're going to let him do it.
They won't let him go full bite somebody's ear off with blood capsule, though.
No.
Yeah. But
it'll become
cool.
a spot.
Yeah. Because he's always doing the teeth chomp on somebody.
Right.
Like he's
And I guess, we'll see how far it goes. I hope it goes somewhere. I want Matt to get a chance. I really do.
Me too, for sure.
He has never been the person who anybody has ever thought was going to be a top guy. His closest chance was when he was in Impact. But then when Jeff Jarrett took back over, he did the same thing that Vince did. Nah, Jeff's the star. And
I think
that's part of the
that
reason why they left.
Yeah, and I think that at this point, Jeff Hardy getting injured was probably the best thing for this particular gimmick at this point. And now I'm really anxious to see what's going to happen when he comes back. Is he going to come back as Team Extreme Jeff Hardy? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Or is he going to come back as Brother Nero?
I think he's going to come back as Brother Nero, because I do think this is going to catch on.
That would be cool.
And I think at this point in his career, that's what Jeff would rather do. Anybody that has seen Jeff Hardy in the ring within the last 2 years knows that guy doesn't have a whole lot longer left.
Yeah.
He has beat himself up. And you can tell. I mean, every time he does the Swanton, it looks like he's in agony afterwards.
That's so crazy that it's taken him this long to get a real injury.
Yeah.
And I think that, I'm pretty sure they probably went in and found some stuff and was like, hey, you know what? Let's just go ahead and knock this out too while we're at it. But still, like I can't remember a time, even after like all the crazy bumps that he's taken any time off for anything other than drug related stuff, but never any like physical ailments. I can't think of any. Well, we'll see what happens when he comes back.
Yeah, we will. We will indeed. Do we want to dip into the mailbag, sir?
Mailbag.
There we go. Let's see. Mailbag questions. We got a couple here. Some of these I don't think are going to take us too long. Let's see. First question comes from the lovely Miss Neek at
what up?
Miss Neek, MISSNEEK. She loves her some Clifford L. Johnson.
Hey, Miss Neek.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Miss Neek is the lovely wife of fellow Castaway member and our good buddy Mario over at the Superiority. the Superiority Complex.
What
Check
up,
them
Mario?
out if you, check them out if you can. At Soup Complex on Twitter. Yes, soup as in can of. Let's see. She asks, how often do you and Cliff wrestle? Can we get a webcam going and take bets next time?
Well, if you count the last time, remember we had the Jello mud wrestling joint.
Mm-hmm.
Remember we did it. It was like a double thing.
Well, I told her about our previous side hustle when we were younger. When we was out there scripping.
Yeah.
I said, you don't know nothing about White Chocolate Thunder.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was our tag team duo.
White Chocolate Thunder and Sexy Caramel Macchiato.
Our
Gross.
finishing maneuver was
Feel gross just saying that.
yeah, it's
Wow.
pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
No, there will be no wrestling from Rob and I, seeing as how we live in different states.
Yeah. But there have we ever fought? I don't think we've ever
Fought?
physically fought.
No.
You
We've
did punch me in the face.
I punched you in the face once, but we've never physically knuckled up.
Right. And that
Probably-
punch was by accident. It wasn't like
Yeah.
you like, fuck you, Rob.
Yeah.
Wasn't like you swung on me. You were fucking around and you pretended like you were going to hit me and you literally hit me in the
Yeah.
face.
And I was like, oh, my bad.
And I held it over you for almost a decade.
Yeah, and I'm surprised I haven't received a receipt on that yet.
Well, you kind of did. Remember when I Chris Benoit you with the chop?
Oh, yeah,
Mm.
you did. Yeah.
I don't mean I murdered him.
It was out of the blue though.
Yeah.
But yeah, you threatened me for a good 10 years on you never know when it's gonna happen.
I'm
But I
gonna
owe
hit you in
you.
the face.
Every time I come around you, I'm like, shit, he's gonna
Don't
punch
swing
me in
on
the face
when
today.
I do it.
And I gotta take it. Damn it.
Let's see. Our friends over at the What Were They Thinking podcast at WWTT. At WWTT. Oh, damn! I lost control.
What
of my
is
phone.
wrong with you?
At WWTT podcast on Twitter. What Were They Thinking asks, when should I get out of this business?
It's when you can't take a forearm to the side of the face.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't do AJ Does Twitter.
We'll do that after the mailbag.
Okay, I got to get
Right.
my AJ Does Twitter in for folks. Besotted Geek podcast at Besotted Geek on Twitter.
What does besotted mean?
It can mean a couple of things. One, it can mean drunk,
Mm-hmm.
and the other could mean like you are, I don't want to say drunk in love with someone, but you are like, you've fallen in love, or you've kind of lost your mind in love with someone.
Oh, yeah.
And it goes two ways on his show, because he does the show with his wife Peacock, Stork and Peacock. They don't want to give their real names like we do,
lame.
but they
No.
also get drunk on their show each week.
Well, I'll be damned.
Yeah. Anyways, they're one of my favorite shows to listen to. I definitely suggest you go out there and you give them a listen. And you know what, Cliff? They even gave us some love a couple weeks ago on their show.
Really?
Yeah. Peacock said that you had the voice that, you're like, hey, I'm Cliff. I'm smooth and sexy. You want to fuck me, right? I think were her words.
Wait, what? Did I say that?
No, that was her saying it about you.
That's funny.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right. I'll take it.
He asks, what proof was that cold medicine and where can I score me some? It was NyQuil. You could probably find it at any store. I did not drink more than I was supposed to. It just happened to hit me the right way at the right time. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
We should get a sponsorship.
WNA podcast brought to you by NyQuil, the only drink that makes the show listenable.
Now that'd be funny.
High Expectations podcast, High X podcast, High EX podcast on Twitter asks us to remove one letter from a wrestler's name. What's their persona like now?
Oh, geez. What? All right.
The thing is I don't think she realizes that most wrestlers nowadays just go by normal names.
Right.
They're not Jake the Snake Roberts anymore or Macho Man Randy Savage. Now it's Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, John Cena, just normal names.
Just names. But so, okay, wait. Remove one letter? Is that what it said?
Yeah. From a wrestler's name. What's their persona like now?
Ooh, got it. You take the I out, and now you just have the Miz. And he is a transvestite.
What? Oh, because he's the Miz. He's not married. The Miz. And it's a Z, so it means, it was in the 90s or something.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I don't know.
I'm going to go with...
Wait, is transvestite, can you say that? Is that a thing still?
I don't think so. I think you probably pissed some people off.
Really?
Yeah. Way to go.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's still a thing.
Can you just say transgender or something?
No, that's different. Transgender is someone who identifies with a different gender. A transvestite is someone that just dresses up as an opposite gender. Right?
Well, I don't.
And a transsexual is someone who's actually gone through the whole transformation, I believe. I could be wrong.
Next week as Cliff mansplains sexual identification in America.
I think that's what it is, though. Okay, I just don't know at what point are you not allowed to use certain words. So I have to figure it out. So if anyone is offended, please.
I'm gonna answer her question with, I'm gonna remove the R from Dolph Ziggler, and he's just gonna be Dolph Ziggler. And Dolph Ziggler dresses up like a happy bear and is the new mascot for SmackDown Live.
Wow.
Hey kids, I'm Dolph Ziggler.
That's
ridiculous.
Look at me. Oh, I got one. Okay. I'm going to remove the T from Ruby Riott.
And
she'll just be Ruby Riott.
As God intended. All right. Our buddies over at the Brocast podcast, the blokes from Down Under. You don't even want to show them a little love that.
Oh, I thought you were
guys.
I thought you were going to get into the question.
Okay, well, I'll get into the question then.
You don't just stop and think I'm supposed to just willy-nilly jump in. That's not what we do.
Wow.
Damn it.
It's hurtful. Anyways, the Broadcast Podcast.
Hey, the Broadcast. What's up, fellas? PWO full life.
Wow.
You good? You good with that one?
I'm good.
Good. All right.
I'm wondering if the Broadcast would welcome me on their
Good
show.
day, mate.
'Cause I'm about sick and tired of doing this shit with you every week.
That's not a knife.
They do their show once a month. Okay? Once a month.
Hey. Ask the question.
Anyways, they ask, who wore it better? And they have a picture of Finn Balor and a picture of Alex Wright.
Oh, the jacket?
Well, yeah. It's basically the same look.
Huh.
Except Finn's Irish and Alex is German.
German. Wouldn't be the first time the Irish stole from the Germans.
Wow.
Huh?
Wow. Wow.
I don't even know what that really means.
I don't either.
I just said it, and if there's some sort of historical reference that I'm missing, I'm gonna Google it. Let's see.
Cool. Do you want to answer the question?
I'm gonna go with Finn because of the abs.
Ooh, there we go. I'm gonna go with Alex Wright because
of the pelvic
little,
thrusts.
That's right, the dance move. His dance move and the way he jammed his groin into the camera. He did it first, and Finn stole it.
Where was that? Is that in was that in a DM or was that on Twitter?
Just right on Twitter.
Why didn't I see it?
I don't know. Probably
Did they send it to you?
It was sent to the WNA account.
When?
As part of my request for questions.
Oh, there it is. I see
yeah.
it. Yeah. No, there it is.
All right. And our final question comes to us from Fatboy Thrasher.
What up, though?
At Fatboy Thrasher on Twitter. And he was the one who snowballed us into our High Rockers segment from last week.
The best.
I need that entrance now. I need the snort followed by the white line disappearing as they walk down the ramp.
Yeah, some of our video editing podcast buddies, somebody make that happen.
He's asking, let's say hypothetically WWE runs a tag team tournament for the Indies, just like the Mae Young Classic and CWC. What top team or what top 10 indie tag teams do they select and who wins?
Ooh. All right. So right off the bat, we're going to have the Young Bucks.
Right.
Briscoes.
War Machine.
Ooh, yeah, I like that. Motor City Machine Guns.
Okay.
I know they're already in NXT, but I would love to see Red Dragon.
Yep. And I think because it's going to be a WWE event, much like the CWC and the Mae Young Classic, they're going to put people that they already have under contract that are in NXT. So I'm going to go ahead and say you're likely going to get Street Profits and Heavy Machinery in there.
Yep. Ooh. You know what would be really cool?
What?
They do the Kings of Wrestling.
Oh, shit, son.
Yeah.
Put Cesaro with Cassius Ohno.
Yeah.
So how many teams are we up to now?
I think that's
7?
like 7.
Okay, so we need 3 more.
We'll do a random tag team that sometimes is a tag team with Ricochet and Will Ospreay.
Okay.
And
Who's our tag team that's no longer in the company but is getting a second chance? You know, they do that in both the Cruiserweight with Brian Kendrick and the Mae Young Classic with Serena.
Serena Deeb. Let's see.
I would say Crime Time, but Street Profits is already doing that.
Right. Yo, it's the Street Profits. Brooklyn.
The Florida.
Let's see. Ooh. If he is healthy, if he ever gets healthy, Davey Boy and Tyson Kidd.
Oh, okay. I'm like, Davey Boy's dead.
Not Davey
Cliff.
Boy, but you know, Davey
Boy Smith Jr.
Smith Jr. Damn it, you knew what the fuck I was talking about.
And Tyson Kidd. So the Hart Foundation 2.0, huh?
Yeah.
I don't think Tyson Kidd's ever wrestling again, but that'd be nice to see, wouldn't it?
That sucks, man.
All right, one more team. Let's go with
who's gone?
It's a tough one.
I know. I'm trying to think of. I would say the world's greatest tag team, but Shelton Benjamin's already back. Dudley Boys are retired. Hardy Boys are back. Come on, Rob.
I'm trying.
Filter.
All right, we're going to bring the Johnsons back.
Oh, God. You're fucking ridiculous.
It'll probably end up being something like the Conquistadors or something like that.
It'd be the New Age Outlaws.
Oh, God. Oh, you didn't know? I damn near broke a hip this morning.
Who could it be? The Colognes, but
as Los Matadors?
No. With Galito. Galito and Primo.
That makes you wonder why they've never brought him back to do kind of like a 3-person unit there, like the New Day and shit like that.
I don't know. I think if he just doesn't want to come back. Did he leave on bad terms? He kind of left on bad terms, didn't he? Like,
yes,
terrible.
He did.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe they just don't want him back. But that would be cool to see him back. Who wins the tournament? I'm going to go with, the Young Bucks have to win the tournament. It's the Bucks. It's probably the most cliche victory, but would you bring the Bucks in for them to lose in a tournament? No.
We just got a question from the Useless Debates podcast. Actually, he sent 4. Wow, Phil.
Oh, man, no.
Fuck, Phil.
No.
Hashtag fuck up, Phil.
Hate you. You're going to ask him anyway.
No. I'm going to ask one. The others go in next week's episode. Because you know what, Phil? You waited until fucking midnight to send this goddamn question while we're in the middle of recording this show.
Damn it.
So your other 3 are going next week, although one of them...
Oh, shit. I'm looking at him now. You fucker.
All right. This question we're going to ask right now. How many questions can Cliff take to the side of his face and still stay in this business? Georgia.
All of them.
All right. Ooh, can take them all to the face, huh?
All them questions to the face.
Do you have a, quote, finishing move in the bedroom, and does it have a name?
Yes, it's called the Neck Kong.
Neck Kong! Inside joke. You guys don't get it. Would take too long to explain. Neck Kong.
Wait. Let's see if you can hear it. And there it is.
That's right.
Neck Kong.
I have a finishing move in the bedroom. It's called the "Yeah, I'm done," and then I fall asleep.
It's called the Angry Wife.
It's called "Fuck Already." Sorry, baby. The dog put his nose on my ass. What was I supposed to do? This guy got scared.
It's the bitter end.
Started. The bitter end.
Yeah. Name your if your sex move was a wrestling name, what would it be?
If it was a wrestling name, what would it be?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Mine would be Deep Impact.
Deep Impact. I'm still from Big E. It would be the big ending. Or actually, it would be the RKO.
Out of nowhere.
The Robb knockout. Comes from out of nowhere. Oh, fuck. All right. You know what? This one's a quick one, too. If you could spend one day in the life of one wrestler, any time period, who is it and when?
Ric Flair.
Mine would be CM Punk any night.
Yeah. Ric Flair any night in the 80s.
Yeah. And if people aren't non-wrestling fans are not sure of why I chose CM Punk any night, I ask you to Google his wife.
Yeah.
He is a lucky man. You have to pick heel or babyface for your entire career. No switching. Which do you pick? Heel.
Heel.
Without a second thought.
Yep.
Being the bad guy is so much more fun.
Yep.
All right, and that is it for the questions. Are we about to do AJ Does Twitter?
AJ Does Twitter.
Okay.
Quiet on the set. You have it ready to go?
Bringing up the tweet you sent me, and oh, of course. Well, this isn't an AJ tweet. Pretty sure everybody's going to be able to figure out whose tweet it is as soon as I start reading it.
Yeah, this is going to be, so instead of us picking AJ Styles tweets for him to read, we are now going to pick random tweets that we think are interesting and would be even more hilarious written by AJ Styles. So on the next episode of AJ Does Twitter, in 3, 2, 1.
Democrats' refusal to give even one vote for massive tax cuts is why we need Republican Roy Moore to win in Alabama. We need his vote on stopping crime, illegal immigration, border wall, military, pro-life, VA, judges, Second Amendment, and more. No to Jones, a Pelosi-Schumer puppet. And if they can't take a forearm to the side of their face, they need to get out this government. Georgia.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was AJ Does Twitter.
I feel dirty after reading that. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Didn't it make you feel kind of nasty?
A little bit.
Disgusting.
Oh.
You can't take an orange toupee to the side of your face.
were talking about it earlier.
Shut your damn mouth.
Warner Brothers restructuring DC films in the wake of Justice League.
What?
Planning a shakeup.
Restructuring DC. So does this count as breaking news?
Says Time Warner is said to be frustrated that Warner Brothers leaders continue to bring Zack Snyder back.
Wow.
Like this tweet. Warner Brothers execs, when asked who's really in charge of the DCEU, it's fucking from the Chappelle Show, Black President. He's sitting there like, what? And then he knocks over the water and runs.
Wow. Word of the studio's superhero-minded shakeup arrives alongside the news that co-chairman of DC Films, John Berg, is leaving his post with the search underway for a replacement. Variety reports that the underwhelming performance of Justice League is the reason for a reevaluation, which ranked as another film under the banner that wasn't a hit with critics or the box office titan it was projected to be. DC overhaul is expected to take place in January, with Warner Brothers Picture Group president Tony Emmerich said to be considering placing these films under the studio's main movie arm. That potential development would obviously change the dynamics of how Warner Brothers handled their DC properties and eliminate the current level of separation in place at present. Wow. Well, I'll be a minky zinkle.
Yep.
Well, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I was just talking about how terrible DC has been. Especially when you've got a billion characters. I wonder what that's going to do for the films that are already in development, though.
Apparently, they're still going to do Flashpoint and the Batman. But there's talk that after the Flash movie, Affleck's out.
Oh, so maybe they will use Flashpoint to do an actual
reboot.
Which
that would
cool.
Make sense.
That would be the best option, the best idea. Just have Flash go back in time, mess some shit up, come back, and everything's different. And then at the end, when he thinks he changes it, he didn't.
Can we have then, when he comes back from running through time, he takes off his cowl and reveals that he himself has changed from Ezra Miller to Grant Gustin?
That would be dope.
Because to me, that's my Flash.
Yeah, for sure. Even though he didn't do bad in the movie.
I don't care.
He didn't do bad. I don't care. He was comic relief. He kind of played up. If you look at like Justice League Unlimited, he is kind of the snarky asshole. He's always flirting with Wonder Woman or Hawk Girl or something, or cracking some kind of jokes. That's kind of his character. He doesn't really have those same type of quips on the Flash on CW, which I love, by the way. And this season is even more epic than last season. I don't know if you.
DeVoe.
Yeah. Are you
I am one episode back.
Oh, bro, the mid-season finale yesterday, or what was that, Tuesday, was magnifique.
Oh man.
It was.
I actually just started Arrow.
I got to watch Arrow from tonight. The mid-season finale was tonight.
Okay. Yeah, I've got 8 episodes I finished the first episode. So I've got 7 episodes of Arrow to catch up on.
My entire life consists of comic books and wrestling.
I know.
I feel like I'm 12 years old again.
Yeah, I feel like I shouldn't be a man in his mid to late 30s.
40s.
Mid to late 30s.
Yeah, and as a man,
I feel like I should be a teenager because I'm still like getting geeked out over comic books and superhero movies and
dude,
horror movies and, you know, sci-fi stuff and
just comic books in general. Like, I didn't realize how much television I watched, but I watch a ton of TV, and I've been cutting back because I haven't really been watching. I haven't been watching the WWE shows live. You know, I'll wait and then I'll just kind of fast forward through them later, just to like be like, oh, okay, yeah, I know what I'm talking about when we're recording this fucking podcast. But you know, I watch up until recently. I consume wrestling on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. And then whenever Sunday pops around and or Saturday, if there's an NXT pay-per-view or special. And then during the week, I watch all the CW stuff because they're all connected. So it makes you have to watch it again.
right.
Even though they're not, they're loosely connected, but they're still, you know, they're in the same universe. So I'm caught up on Supergirl. I'm caught up on Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow. I watched all the the Marvel stuff on Netflix. And now I just caught up on Inhumans and I'm watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. now. It's just like, how is my brain processing all of this filth? It's crazy.
And I'd like to point out too, like piggybacking off of what you're saying there, for anybody that's been wondering why I haven't been live tweeting Raw and SmackDown like I've been for the last 6 months, it's because I've gotten to the point now to where I'm like, look, I got this show. I've got, you know, it was for the longest time, like you said, I'm watching Raw and SmackDown live. Those 2 nights right there, that's 5 hours. Okay. NXT, another hour. If it's a pay-per-view week, another 3 hours on top of that. Okay. So 5, 6, 9 hours of wrestling in 1 week. God forbid if there's an NXT pay-per-view that week as well, that's another 2 to 3 hours added on top there. I'm married. I have a little girl. I was getting to the point to where I'm on my phone and watching wrestling all the time when I get home from work. My wife's like, could you spend a little time with us?
You're like, oh, yeah, hey,
yeah,
honey.
fuck, I'm sorry. So, yeah, I've been not doing that. I've been, like you said, I've been letting it record and catching up later.
Yeah, like I watch all my stuff at night. Like I barely watch anything as it airs, but still, like I'll wait till Kev's asleep, and normally I wait until Crystal's asleep. But it's just like it's crazy. Like I'll sit up and I'm waiting, and then so that way I'm staying up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, just catching up on shows. I'm like, I should have been asleep. I have to get up and go to work in the morning.
Right. So I already know what the title of this episode's going to be. So, wrestling
guys.
I think we spent more time this episode talking about DC and Marvel than we have wrestling. So,
dude, this Disney Fox thing has gotten me all worked up.
I know.
We could talk about this literally for the next hour and a half.
Right. Fantasy booking the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
We should totally do that.
Yeah.
That's going to be next week after
go.
they announce it, for sure.
Word of warning.
Yeah, so if you want to listen to wrestling.
Oh, you know what I was supposed to do tonight? I was supposed to do Make It Work.
Were you?
Yeah.
Dude, I fell off so hard on that.
Yep. I was supposed to do that tonight. I have it still up on my Twitter account. Vinny Vegas won the poll.
You were supposed to post a WCW yesterday, too, and didn't do that.
Yeah, sorry.
You don't give a shit.
I've stopped giving a shit about everything.
Yep. But hey,
Wow.
we'll have 2 WCWs next week.
Could have used some cold medicine tonight, I think.
Maybe. I think it was fine.
Yeah. Well, so we don't piss everybody off, let's hit one more wrestling topic before we go.
All right, I'm down.
And I think now that I'm thinking about it, I might piss some people off with this one because this is something I've wanted to talk about for a couple of weeks now. But after reading a lot of it on Twitter and even hearing about it on some other podcasts, including some of our PWO brothers, I think it's about time we tell people, chill out on Roman Reigns being Intercontinental Champion. A lot of people losing their shit. Why does Roman have the IC title? He doesn't need it. He's a world champion. He's a main eventer. Think about it. Roman Reigns is the most pushed commodity in WWE right now. He is the guy. That's not just a catchphrase. That's not just a clever nickname. He is the one that Vince McMahon wants carrying the WWE banner for the next 10 to 15 years.
Yep.
Okay? Roman as IC champ is a good thing. Just like John Cena with the United States Open Challenge with the U.S. title every week, you can have Roman go out there and have a solid to good match with somebody each week, just as he did this past week with Jason Jordan. That match was a lot better than I think anybody expected it to be.
True.
And anybody out there that wants to put it in Jordan's hands as being the one that carried that match, I think you are incorrect. Because Roman has had passable to good matches with just about anyone that I can think about for the last 1.5 to 2 years.
He's been busting ass.
He's not bad in the ring.
Not at all.
Yes, he has his 2 or 3 big moves. I do think he overuses the Superman punch a little bit. But let's call it what it is. He is the guy. So if he carries this belt for a little while and continues to raise the prestige of the belt, now make no mistake about it, Miz has done a damn fine job of that.
For sure.
But unfortunately, Miz had to go film a movie. And there was no face that they could drop the belt to right now that would have had the same impact beating Miz. You could make an argument for Finn Balor.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but
the booking at the time was they were planning on pushing him into the main event against Brock, and then Vince changed his mind.
Yeah.
The only other option to me would have been Samoa Joe. But Samoa Joe right now, even though the crowd wants to cheer for him, is much better as that heelish type badass that they've been booking him as. So this whole build with Roman Reigns, in my mind, has been to help Joe.
Yeah.
When Joe finally beats Roman.
And that's what I think is going to end up happening. That's what, I think that's the whole point of it is to get over Joe, I think. Because the people who are complaining that he doesn't need it are right. He doesn't need it. But he is needed in order to put over somebody else. And that's what I think people are missing the point on that.
Right.
Is that regardless of how much he's loved or hated, there's no doubt that he gets the best reaction.
Right.
When he comes out.
It doesn't matter if it's cheers or boos. He gets the biggest reactions.
Damn right.
That's the whole point with Cena. Everybody was pissed off. God, they're just jamming Cena down our throats for the last decade. Because you lose your mind when he comes out.
Right.
Doesn't matter if you're cheering him or booing him. You're losing your shit. That's what Vince wants. He wants a reaction.
Yep.
And if you say, "Oh, he turned me away," that cracked me up. You sent out that tweet, right?
Mm-hmm.
You logged into the account and you sent out that tweet with Roman saying, "I'm the best in-ring performer in the world right now," and AJ Styles is standing there laughing. Everyone else laughing, right? Now, true. That is something to laugh at. He is not the best in-ring performer in the world right now. Anybody with a set of eyes can see the best in-ring performer in the world right now is AJ Styles.
Facts.
If you really want to make a nerdy argument, I would say Okada. Okay. However, he is the most, quote, as they say in the show, polarizing figure in WWE for a reason. He comes out, half the audience loses their mind, half the audience loses their mind in anger. But both of them are making noise. So if you are going to tune in because you want to see somebody beat Roman Reigns, you're hoping it's Joe, and Joe gets beat, what happens? They boo the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but guess what? You throw your fits and you act like, this is the worst thing. Why are they doing it? You're still tuning in next week.
Right.
You're still plunking down your $10 a month for the WWE network, aren't you? So complain about it all you want, but I think you need to let it go. I am not the biggest Roman Reigns fan, but when you tweeted that out, we got a lot of responses on it.
We did.
And
thanks for putting it out there that I did it. You don't want to take responsibility. I understand.
Well, I'm not trying to say that. I'm saying a minute ago said I wasn't live tweeting the shows.
Mm-hmm.
And you sent it out during SmackDown.
Mm-hmm. Whatever.
But when you sent it out, it got a lot of responses. And one came from our buddies over at the What Were They Thinking podcast. And he said, something to the effect of, well, he kind of is, though. Yeah. And I was like, well, in a way, you're kind of right. He is right now. He's getting the biggest reactions. Only other person that I think is touching him as far as reactions from the crowd is AJ Styles. Again, right? Then some fucking guy.
This fucking guy.
And loses his fucking mind. He doesn't follow us. I don't know if he follows the What Were They Thinking guys. But he loses his mind. And he's like, that's bullshit. Talking about indie guys, that hate Roman. And, Jason Jones carried that match. All he can do is a punch and a spear. Okay. But then he goes, it's just like John Cena. And that's why the WWE turned me away. Or, I was turned off on WWE. I ran away on the product.
Like, then how did
to which I responded with, but if you haven't watched for years, how did you know that Jason carried that match with Roman? Funny, I didn't get a response.
Yeah, of course not. Like, sneaky, huh? I just happened to watch because my kid had it on and I walked past his room and...
No, you're the same guy that when Roman wins a big match, you say, I'm canceling my subscription. Fine. Cancel your subscription. You're coming back later.
Right.
You're watching the show because you are a fan. Period. But the same people that hate on it all the time are the same people that continue to tune in because I think they love to hate on it. At the end of the day, you are losing your mind over WWE, which, like it or not, as we've said numerous times on the show,
it's a kid's show.
It's not written for you. If you want everything to be 20-minute matches with great psychology and tons of moves and everything, go watch Ring of Honor. They have a TV deal. Find them. Watch them. Give them some ratings. Support that. But you're getting your blood pressure all up over a kid's show, dude. Let it go. I'm not the biggest Roman Reigns fan in the world. But even I can tell just from looking at the guy, if you're going to take somebody and you're going to show him to someone who is not a wrestling fan, you're going to put him up there. And who's another great worker okay, here we go. Take Roman Reigns, put him up in front of somebody that's not a wrestling fan. Take Johnny Gargano and put him up next to him.
Mm-hmm.
And go, which one of these people is WWE champion? Who do you think they're going to pick? Guess what? It's not Johnny.
Yeah.
It's Roman. Put John Cena up next to Tommaso Ciampa. Which one of these people is WWE champion? Guess who they're not going to pick? They're not going to pick Tommaso. Now, that's not to say that you can't go with somebody who doesn't look the part. Daniel Bryan doesn't look like he should be WWE champion, but anybody that watches him in the ring knows he's believable. Even though he's half the size of everybody else. Because the guy has a style to where he could go with anybody.
He can go with anybody.
And then he has just this odd charisma to him that draws you in. But at the end of the day, that's not what they're writing. They're writing a superhero show. Who looks more like a superhero than Roman Reigns right now in WWE?
Right.
So
yeah,
throw all your fits if you want.
I want to argue with you just for the sake of the show, but I agree with what you're saying.
Right. I'm sure there are some people that just unsubscribed. Because if you ever praise Roman, people lose their mind.
Yeah, you can't praise Roman and you can't diss Alexa Bliss.
Right.
Speaking of Alexa Bliss.
Whoa.
That's all I got to say. For those that know, you know.
Whoa.
Okay. Continue.
But yeah, I mean, that's really all I got to say. I'm kind of done venting there. I mean, like you said, you could argue with me, but I feel like I've made a good enough point. I'm sure there are people that are going to argue with me.
Yeah, go ahead and send all hate tweets to @thatRobb guy with 2 B's because he's double the bitch. Yeah, please send all hate tweets towards him. Although I do agree, he said it first. So, yeah. So you can't get mad at me. I'm just saying, hey, I don't disagree. There you go. Yeah. And I'm thinking, my blood is boiling here. I'm like, I want to fight you, but I can't.
That's right.
Damn it. You fucking won one.
So this week, how to compare to last week?
Are you asking me? Or are you asking the audience?
I'm asking you right now.
I think it's great. I mean, anything I do is great. So
okay.
I don't give a shit. First of all, we do whatever the fuck we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They don't have to be slapstick, over the top, raunchy comedy. It's good to have it in waves. But that ain't us.
Mm-hmm.
It is us sometimes. But if y'all think that y'all gonna get last week's show every week, you got another thing coming. You know why? Because I'm not about to get my friend addicted to cough syrup for your enjoyment. I'm just not gonna do it.
He is a father.
That man has a wife and kid.
What kind of role model is he going to be if his baby sees him strung out on NyQuil?
Right. Daddy, are you going to the cabinet again? I gotta get my subscribers up, baby.
My lips and tongue are stained purple.
So no, you're not gonna get cold medicine induced insomnia or psychosis every week. It's just not gonna happen. Okay. Just listen to the sound of my voice and be soothed by it.
Ooh, I'm soothed right now.
That's right.
Can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Can you hit me with that? Just right.
Just right.
Goddamn. Swear to God, Cliff. You're in this room right now. You'd see it.
Get that porridge.
You'd see it.
Ew. Disgusting.
Is that a microphone in your pocket? No, it's my dick.
Ew. You know what?
Wow, that hurt.
That got weird.
That did.
That got weird.
Weirded me out even just saying it. So if you'd like to follow us on Twitter, I like to find the most awkward place to throw that out there. If you'd like to follow us on Twitter, you can do so at WNA Podcast. If you'd like to follow me on Twitter, as Cliff said a moment ago, at that Robb guy, Robb with 2 B's. If you'd like to follow Cliff on Twitter, where can they do so?
At Cliff Does It All with
Where can
2
they buy
L's.
this? Where can they buy the WNA Lucha Nerd shirt?
Get your official WNA Lucha Nerd shirt at shop.spreadshirt.com/stay red with 2 D's. Stay red.
Because that means double the dick, ladies.
That's actually true.
You like that? Yeah. Yeah, if you're looking for a great gift to give your loved one for Christmas coming up, the holidays, please consider a WNA Lucha Nerd shirt.
That would be really cool. And also have many Stay Red holiday shirts as well.
Ooh, look at that. When is the 12 Days of Socksmith starting up?
12 Days of Socksmith will start on December 14th. You will be getting a new pair of awesome socks out the package every day leading up until Christmas.
Are these going to be videos or just photos?
I'm definitely going to do photos, but now that you mention it, I might do video.
I think some ladies would like to see video.
Yeah.
Maybe you getting out the shower and just putting your socks on.
Bam. And then I'll have the big blur down the whole front of the screen.
Why does that blur go all the way to the floor? For those that don't know, he had a power outage not too long ago. It was because he sleeps in the nude. There was a thunderstorm down there in Atlanta. He got scared. He ran through his house. Static electricity built up because he was dragging his 12-pound cock along. I don't have that problem.
You have an any.
Want to know how come I'm 1% North African?
But
And
didn't
I
get
have
none
this
of the North
affliction.
Africa.
What's that?
I said, but didn't get none of the North Africa.
Right. What the fuck?
It's in your pinky toe.
Damn it. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. Find us on Facebook. WrestlingNerdsAlliance.something Facebook. Your mom uses Facebook. She'll tell you where to find us.
She'll figure it out.
Right. If you want to email the show, please do so. WNApodcast@gmail.com. If you have a question for the mailbag, you could shoot it there, or you could DM myself, Cliff, or the WNA account. Don't just wait for us to tweet it out. Be proactive like our boy Fat Boy Thrasher and Matthew Skeets.
Yeah.
Drop that DM. At this point, oh, I got a little sniffle there.
Well, maybe you might need some cold medicine.
Maybe next week.
On the next episode.
I have a 7-year-old, okay?
WNA.
They're like little petri dishes. They come home from school sick, like on a weekly basis.
So maybe that's what we have to do. We just got to set up Callie to come out and get you sick every week.
Thing is usually when I get sick, it settles into my chest. And I sound more
all in your face, neck, and chest.
I sound more bassy than you do, man.
Yeah.
Get all like, what's up, lady? That wasn't even deep. Fuck, I can't even do it.
And on that note, it's time to go home.
Are you stealing my shit now?
Figured it'd be payback for last time.
I figured you were still hurt over that.
I was.
Your line.
I was hurt. Did you get my cease and desist letter?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I think it's about time to go home.
I'm Clifford L. Johnson.
And I'm Robb English, saying to you, when life hands you adversity, always kick out at 2. Sound like feed Miss Seymour. Suddenly Seymour.